As I roll out the western side of Death Valley, I come on some signs for Ballarat Ghost Town. I decide to check it out. I'm not disappointed. Okay, as you roll into this little ghost town, you're not real sure what to expect, because it definitely looks a little sketchy. But there's some pretty cool buildings. It's not real big. I'm kind of just cruising around, and I roll up to a building that looks occupied, right? And I decide to pull up and take a peek inside. What I discovered was Rocky makes moonshine. By God, Rocky's a talented shiner. And so I bought me some moonshine there and took a little walk around the ghost town. He told me there were some graves and a little graveyard out there, and I wasn't disappointed at all. I love finding little treasures when you're on vacation. That moonshine was really good. I still got a little bit left in my refrigerator. This was the first thing I noticed when I rolled into town, was the bottom of that sign says private property. So I found it best to walk inside kind of, slowly and say, hey, what's up, guys? You mind if I take a little look around? This place looks pretty cool. A lot of cool cars out here. In fact, there's a power wagon in front of the general store there that was Charles Manson's. Charles Manson spent a lot of time in Death Valley, and we were just outside of Death Valley, so yep. Old Charles has been here, which added to the sketchiness of this place. There's the power wagon we're talking about, right there. Kind of walking towards the graveyard. Though this is only 3 miles from the highway, and there are signs pointing you towards it, I'm going to remind you, this is private property. It's best to always introduce yourself to the property owner and be very respectful. Ask permission. Don't ever assume that just because something looks cool, you're just allowed to go check it out, because you don't have that right. Just be respectful to the property owners. 9 times out of 10, they're going to be more than welcoming. They might even offer you moonshine. All right. Random things you find in the deserts when you don't have a plan. I do believe we found the graveyard. All right, let's go check out the little graveyard here. The most notable person buried here is a man named Seldom Seen Slim. Look him up. He was one of the lone residents in this ghost town for many years. It's always cool to check out old grave sites. You know, there's a lot of interesting history buried here. When you are, checking out historical places like this, just take pictures. Leave everything the way you find it. Leave no trace. Don't take any souvenirs. Just take memories. Because this isn't our right to be able to see this stuff. It's a privilege. And if we take advantage of that, then privileges can be taken away, right? So I just like to always remind people, just leave no trace when you're in places like this. Leave it for the next person to find. You come across an old junkyard, take pictures of it. Leave it for the next person to discover. If everybody takes a souvenir here and there, pretty soon it just all disappears and it's on somebody's living room shelf, and the history just disappears. So just leave it lie. All right, now let's go check out Trona Pinnacles. This place looks like Mars. And here's our first glimpse of the pinnacles. I was amazed when I saw them. I had no idea what to expect. I heard the name one time, and as I'm coming out of Death Valley, I saw the sign. I was like, let's go check out Trona Pinnacles. Wow, it is like no other place on earth. I'll tell you what, I was absolutely blown away by the geological features here. I definitely want to go back one day. It's unbelievable. I mean, you have to be there. You have to see it in person.